This past week, the San Francisco 49ers clinched the NFC West title after beating the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. This is a massive accomplishment, especially considering the 49ers have been forced to start rookie quarterback Brock Purdy due to injuries. With the 49ers being one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl this year, this begs the question, can Brock Purdy actually lead the 49ers to the Super Bowl? Let's go through the numbers and find out. Now, before we get into any stats or analytics, we need to see how we got to this point. I mean, how did Brock Purdy become the 49ers starting quarterback? At the beginning of the season, second-year quarterback Trey Lance was the team's starter. He was given the keys to the offense after spending last season as the backup to Jimmy Garoppolo. Unfortunately, he suffered a fractured ankle in Week 2 versus the Seahawks, which ended his season. After this unfortunate injury, Jimmy Garoppolo took over as the starter and filled that role until he suffered a broken foot in Week 13 versus the Dolphins. Like Lance, Jimmy G was now out for the season. At this point, people were wondering whether or not the 49ers would sign a veteran quarterback to be their starting QB. The 49ers didn't go that route though. Instead, they went with rookie quarterback Brock Purdy, who they selected in the 7th round of last year's draft. This is how he got the opportunity to be the starting quarterback for the 49ers. Now, this should have been a death sentence for the 49ers. I mean, they're starting a 7th round pick at quarterback. There's no way that's going to work out, right? Well, that hasn't been the case. In his 3 games this season, Purdy has been pretty good, completing nearly 70% of his passes and sporting a very good passer rating of 108.8. The 49ers offense has been great with Purdy under center, scoring over 30 points in 2 of his 3 appearances. Looking at the box score stats, I mean, Brock Purdy looks really good. He's played quite well, and the fact that he's been so efficient as a passer has people really excited about the 49ers' chances to make a deep playoff run. Purdy isn't the only reason why people are excited about this team though, as the 49ers sport one of the most dominant defenses in the entire league. No matter what numbers you look at, it's evident that the 49ers have an incredible defense. Right now, the 49ers rank first in points and yards allowed per game. They also rank first in advanced metrics like EPA per play. I've talked about EPA per play on the channel before, but if you don't know, EPA per play is a metric that measures offensive efficiency on a play-by-play basis. Here's how it works. Let's say you have a 5-yard run on 3rd and 10 and a 5-yard run on 3rd and 2. That 5-yard run on 3rd and 10 leads to a 4th and 5 and a likely punting situation. However, that 5-yard run on 3rd and 2 extends the drive and gives you another set of downs. A 5-yard run on 3rd and 2 is way more valuable than a 5-yard run on 3rd and 10 because it extends the drive and increases a team's chances of scoring on that possession. This is what EPA per play is measuring. I think what makes the 49ers defense so scary is the fact that they really don't have any weaknesses. When you split up their performance in EPA per play against dropbacks and rushes, you'll see that according to this metric, they have a top 3 pass defense and a top 3 run defense. No other team in the NFL is this good against the run and the pass. The 49ers are specifically really good against the run, allowing just 74.7 rushing yards per game and 3.4 yards per carry. Their lack of weaknesses is really clear when you look at their team PFF grades, as they rank top 10 in every single category. One of the biggest reasons for their dominance on defense this year is Nick Bosa, who's been playing out of his mind and will be a candidate for the Defensive Player of the Year award. Right now, Bosa ranks 3rd among all defensive linemen in total pressures and 6th in PFF pass rush grade. He's been one of the more productive pass rushers in the NFL this year. He's also been really good as a run defender, as he is tied for 4th among all defensive linemen in PFF run defense grade. Looking at these stats, it's clear to see why Nick Bosa is being talked about as one of the best defenders in the league this year. Another reason why the 49ers have been so good on defense is their linebacker core. I think you can make a good case that they have the best linebacker core in the NFL this year. Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw have been incredible this year, as both rank top 5 among linebackers in PFF grade. Both of these players have been really good specifically in coverage and when defending the run. If you wanted to say the 49ers had any weakness in their defense, you'd probably point out the fact that they don't have a lot of high-level talent in their secondary. I don't think this matters that much though, because they've been good in coverage anyways, and they don't really need a lot of high-level talent when their pass rush is as good as it's been. Alright, we just looked at a lot of stats, and it's clear to see that the 49ers have probably the best defense in the NFL right now. Now when you consider this and the fact that Brock Purdy looks pretty good according to box score data, you think, wow, this team could be really dangerous in the playoffs. However, I have some major concerns about Purdy, and I think his box score stats overstate how good he's been. Here are some advanced stats from Purdy's 3 games this year. As you can see, he has a 1% big time throw rate, a 4.5% turnover worthy play rate, a 6.3 average depth of target, and a 74.7% adjusted completion percentage. These numbers are very concerning because they're showing us a few things. 1. Purdy is not throwing the ball down the field. 2. He's not generating a lot of big time throws. 3. He's putting the ball in harm's way a lot. And 4. He's not been very accurate despite having a low average depth of target. Although Brock Purdy's box score numbers are really impressive, I don't think he's been quite as good as they indicate. The 49ers offense is very QB friendly, and the fact that Purdy has been efficient isn't very surprising. I mean, every quarterback that plays with Kyle Shanahan is efficient. When you look at the more advanced numbers, you'll see that Purdy has been a lot worse than we realize. I love the 49ers defense. I think their defense is clearly elite, and that gives them a solid floor in the playoffs. However, when the 49ers play these high-level offenses with really strong passing attacks, I think they're going to struggle. I simply don't trust Brock Purdy enough to believe that the 49ers can get past a team like the Bills, or the Chiefs, or even the Bengals. In the postseason, high-level quarterback play is king, and I really just don't have enough faith in Brock Purdy to believe that the 49ers can actually win the Super Bowl this year. Hopefully I'm wrong, and I can't wait to see what Kyle Shanahan does with his offense in the playoffs. We'll see whether or not they can actually make a run for the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy at quarterback. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to check out my channel for more content just like this and subscribe so you never miss an upload.